This is a £1,500 performance car. This is a £10,000 performance car. And over here is a £20,000 Volkswagen Golf R Estate. The question is though, does spending more money automatically mean the car's going to be better? So, we're going to find out today. We're going to take each of these cars for a little drive, give some opinions, harsh or kind, and of course be completely biased to the green car, my Audi TT. But let's find out if spending more money means the car's better.
Okay, hear me out here. All three of these cars are completely different. They're different values, obviously. They've got different purposes. They're not designed for the same thing of being performance cars. However, if you get into the nitty-gritty, these three cars have a lot in common. They're all German 4-cylinder turbocharged petrols, and they each have a bit of sporting potential. I mean, take the Golf R. It has launch control, it tracks your lap times, it has race mode, the list goes on. Or take the BMW, that has a sport button. You press it, all the dials light up red, the throttle gets a bit more sharp, and it really does give you that sporty feeling. Or take the TT, the cheapest of three by far. This, you can turn traction control on and off. Being a bit more serious, I know obviously these three cars aren't the same level, they aren't designed for the same thing. It's a bit of fun. I'm not trying to compare three exact models of Audi TT saying this one's better because it gives you better torque. I'm just trying to have a bit of fun and see if spending 1,500 quid on an old banger like this can give you just as much of a smile on your face as a £20,000 Volkswagen Golf R. And starting off with the cheapest of the three, the Audi TT 225 Quattro. This is my car. I've had this thing for about a month now and I absolutely love it. I bought it for 1,650 quid. In YouTube terms, that's a £1,500 car. You round up, round down, whatever number sounds better in a YouTube title. And realistically, you can get these things for cheaper than what I paid. I wanted a nice example, so I spent a little bit more. But if you're willing to find some real cheap ones, you can get these things for like £1,000. £1,000 for a 225 horsepower car that will do over 150 miles an hour. What more do you want? This is peak. And I mean, I went for the coupe. I think it looks way better. It's quicker because it's lighter. How do I say this in a PC way? Well, out of the two, the coupe and the cabriolet, the coupe is less flamboyant. It's less hairdresser. Not that I've got a problem with a cabriolet. I love a little cab. MX-5 is a free up Boxster. I love them. But as a TT, there's just something about it which doesn't gel with me. But 1,500 quid, what does it get you? Well, I've got a 1.8 litre 20 valve turbo, one of the most iconic Volkswagen engines. Incredibly strong. I mean, this one's sitting on 171,000 miles, 170k, and it still pulls like a train. This one, 225 brake. You could get ones with way less, and there was the occasional one like the Quattro Sport with 240 brake. However, 225 horsepower in a car that weighs 1.4 tons and a nice little four-wheel drive package like this is plenty. It's awesome fun. And whether you can hear it or not, the other day I decided, oh God, it's a great car, but I want a bit more fun. So I put a dirty, big old ram air filter on this thing. And my God, it sounds the bollocks. Oh, it's so fun. Oh, I love cars. Man. And honestly, for 1,500 quid, I don't think it's much better than this. I mean, I'm not just talking stats-wise. I mean, I am, because there's not a car that I can make that's faster than this for that money. But also, as an all-round package, I've got heated seats, traction control, climate control, Bose stereo, Alcantara seats. I've got 3 sun visors, for God's sake. This thing is the best package you can get. And when you've got a dickhead in a CRE on behind you with its chameleon window tints, you can pull away like no one's business. I mean, I can't legally say what speed that was, but it was beyond 65 miles an hour. These things are awesome fun, man.
Yeah, these £20 Amazon microphones just aren't cutting it. So to save yourself for another 8 minutes of me ranting through terrible audio quality, to sum it up, it's a £1,500 Audi TT that's awesome fun, has a couple little problems, but nothing a few £100 won't fix.
But the question is, though, if you go and spend, let's say, £10,000, can you have a car that's more fun than this? So, moving up to the £10,000 car, the BMW 520i G30. Now, when I say £10,000 car, I mean this one's about 12 grand. But once again, YouTube maths works that out at about 10 grand. And when I say performance car, I mean, it's had a few things done to it, which I'll go into a bit of detail, but a 520i as it stands by itself isn't really a performance car. No matter what you do, it's 180 horsepower, quite heavy businessman's car, isn't it? But you may have seen before, this car is a little bit different. This car's had a few things done to it. Let's start off with the main thing, an exhaust. This has got a valved exhaust, which means right now it does sound quite fancy. It does sound quite nice. And with a remap, this thing doesn't make 180 horsepower anymore. It makes 260. 260 horsepower. Those are serious numbers. I mean, it's still a big car. It weighs about 1.6 tons. It's got stupid start-stop. God, why didn't I ask Harry Dowell to turn it off? Oh, no. I've done a thing.
At the third exit onto M6.
Thank you, BMW. See, modern cars aren't for me. I've got screens everywhere. The dongles are screens. So I've just lost the rev counter because that's now telling me the maps. I don't know what's going on. This is a new world for me. I'm just indicating a BMW. Shut up! How do I turn this off? I mean, it's hard to say this isn't a nice car. It is. It's a nice thing to drive. There's no hassle. It's an automatic. It's the 8-speed ZF thing. And when you put your foot down, it does go pretty well. Is it a performance car? Not really, no. If you wanted a Performance 5 Series, you either get like a 540 or an M5. But for 10 grand, this is the newest of a 3x5. It's a 2018 BMW 5 Series. That's a luxury car. I've got heated seats. I've got so many fancy features. However, I've got pretty much all these fancy features in my TT. Unless you take away the screens and the sport mode and the comfort mode and the eco pro mode and the 7,000 RPM red line and the paddle shifters and the cruise control. All that stuff, really. And of course, realistically, you get this car because it's more reliable. Something like my TT, like I mentioned, it has problems. It's a 25-year-old car, man. This thing isn't exactly perfect. It's had issues. It's a bit leaky. I'm not talking oil leaky, but expansion tank leaky, water, that type of stuff. But as a daily driver, man, this is just nice. It's so comfortable. It's so comfortable. They're like half electric seats. They are nice. But the TT's nicer. Maybe I'm just being biased. In fact, no, I am being biased. It's my car. I'm looking at it, I'm thinking, what a beautiful little thing. And this car is 10 times the price of that. 10 times. 10 times. 10! I can have 10 of those or one of these. It's got paddle shifters. It goes alright. You can't deny it. It's a quick car. I mean, it's been remapped. It's a fast thing. Do I love it? No, I can't. Harry, who owns the car, used to have a Subaru Impreza. It wasn't a WRX turbo. It was just a GX Sport with a big old straight pipe and a full-on body kit. But he prefers that over this, I think. He may not admit it out loud, and he may say, "Oh no, this was a good purchase choice." However, this thing isn't him. This thing isn't a car guy's car.
And speaking of Harry, let's see what he thinks of the big old air filter on the TT while he's taking it for a drive.
It sounds brilliant. Go say it on YouTube. Oh.
car is about putting a smile on your face. Admittedly, right now I'm just on a dual carriageway doing 70 miles an hour, doing its thing, and because the valve's open on my exhaust, it is a bit noisy. But as a big cruiser, I'm in 8th gear, man. I bet this thing gets incredible MPG when you're actually trying. Oh, it's a nice car. It doesn't feel like a performance car. The definition of a performance car to me is something that you drive because you want to. You're not driving it down to the shops. You go to the shops in your performance car, you get distracted, you end up doing 15 miles and missing all the shops on the way because you want to drive it. However, I feel like if I got it missing in the morning, I would just go to the shops and go back home. But for 10 grand for a 2018 5 Series, put another £1,000 into it to make it.
Please move off to the left in 2 miles.
Okay, BMW. I can't say it's a bad car. Not one bit of me can say, I don't like this, it's a bad car. But would I have my Audi TT over this? The answer is yes. It's why I bought an Audi TT. I also don't have 12 grand to spend. 10 grand, there's a lot better cars you can buy. For 10 grand, you're looking at Golf R32 money. You're looking at a ropey old Nissan Silvia. You're looking at supercharged MX-5s. You're looking at V10 TDI Tuaregs. There's a lot of cool cars you can buy for 10 grand. Do I think this fits the list?
Now take the exit on the left.
Shut up! No, I don't think it does. But let's say you've got more than £10,000 to spend. Let's say you've got 20 grand to spend. What can you get with that sort of money? Well, for 20 grand, you can get something a bit like this, a Volkswagen Golf R Estate. Now, the Golf R has been around for years now. It started off back on the Mark IV with the R32, big old engine in a Golf, makes an awesome car. Moving on to the Mark 6 and 7, they switched over to a 2-litre turbo. And with the Mark 7, 300 brake horsepower with 4-wheel drive, and in this case, a 6-speed flappy paddle DSG, which makes the car out of the box an awesome weapon. It's quick and such a nice thing to actually be in. Heated seats, electric windows, auto lights, electric folding mirrors, all the stuff a man would want. And then when you put that into an estate car, not only is it a little cool performance thing, but it's the ultimate daily driver. Everything about it feels sharp. I've got this quite heavy steering, proper mechanical paddles, and a gearbox which can shift instantaneously. It's an awesome thing. And once again, when it comes to price on these things, well, this car has been with my dad now for the last few years. He bought the thing for 20 grand. But if you go on the market today, the estates go for around about 16, 17, and I'm willing to get a Cat S from Birmingham, you're looking at about £10,000. 10 grand for a 300 horsepower 4-wheel drive hot hatch, hyper hatch. There's not much else you can get for that sort of money. But if we're talking 20 grand, this is more where this car's at. Because this car's not standard. Just like with any car guy, my dad had to go mental. So, took his Golf R Estate, put some of the most sexy wheels on it. OZ Ultra Legeras, 19 inches. They suit this thing perfectly, down to the T. And then engine-wise, well, induction kit, resonator delete, bit of fiddling, all that sort of stuff. 400, I repeat, 400 horsepower. Makes this thing really fast, like stupid fast. I mean, whoever looked at the 18-year-old applying for a day insurance on Golf R Estate, I mean, they must be out of their mind accepting me. I'm not going to complain, it was about £25, but God, what a thing, man. So when you get the thing in second gear, it goes pretty well. I mean, I'm not going to go too hard. I've been hard on the car before, and it will take it all day long. The car, especially engine-wise, these E888s are absolutely solid. However, the DSG, well, I think the gearbox is fine, but as the car's now done 97,000 miles, and I can't say the last couple of thousand have been easy on the poor thing, the clutches may be at least needing a good service.
they're not on that. They're not on tip-top performance. You know, like old school flappy paddles. You know, like an Aston Martin Vanquish or an old CL, where you sort of change gear, and 7 business days later, the actual gearbox decides to go up a cog. It's more like that. I mean, it's still at 5th, 4th. It will still do it quite happily, but especially around town now, Golf R's getting a bit jerky. But what can you expect? This car's now 9 years old. I mean, 9 years old. It feels like it's brand new. I've got a massive screen in the middle. Luckily, the dials in this are still analog. Thank you, Volkswagen. If you go for a 7.5, you get stupid screens. Down with screens. But as a performance car, this thing is tip-top. I mean, even being in the state, it's a big thing. It weighs about 1.5 tons, which isn't stupid. And the chassis on this thing, especially when you go race mode, it really does liven up. The steering's heavy. It gives so much feeling. I'm not sure if it's rack and pinion or all that fancy stuff. I don't know. I can just tell you how it makes an 18-year-old feel. It makes me feel like I live in Birmingham. It makes me feel like this has got a stage 1 remap. It's a proper cool car. £20,000 cool. I mean, 20 grand's a lot of money. I mean, if you live in a place like Luton, that's a house. I mean, if you're going for an estate car, 20 grand will get you into a 420 brake Audi RS4 with an NA V8 that goes to 8,000 RPM. Or, if you're willing to go for something a bit more sporty, you can get V12s, you can get twin-turbo V8s, C63s, M3s, TVRs for about 20 grand. So, why would you go for this? I'll tell you why. Oh, it's addictive, this thing. It's addictive. It pulls like a train. Literally, just with a remap, an induction kit, bit of an exhaust, and it gets 400 horsepower. Whack on a turbo, forge these things like 1,000 horsepower from a 4-cylinder, and it's not even a K20. And just in drive, especially if you go into the eco mode, this thing will quite happily get 30-40 miles per gallon. But is it 20 grand worthy? And I'm not talking about a daily driver here. I'm judging these cars on fun levels. The funometer. I mean, that Beamer is giving me a 50 out of 100 on my fun meter. These conditions, this day, nothing. It's a normal day. That car's just made for sitting on roads like these, doing miles. On a back road, you can get the back end out and have a bit of fun, sure. Whereas this, for Golf R, I'm getting like a 75 on the funometer, you know? It makes incredible noises. It is stupid fast. I mean, I've not even lightly tested the performance of this thing today, but delimited on a proper autobahn, this thing will quite happily do 175 miles an hour, and it's a Golf. It's not an RS6, it's a Golf. It's a Golf estate. But then, the TT. Yes, it's my car. Yes, I'm biased. Yes, it's the only one with a manual gearbox here. But that thing's given me the most fun. It makes such silly noises. I can row through the gears, and because it's old school, it has got so much character. I mean, this car is getting a bit old now, and as it ages, I think it gets better. Because it's a 9-year-old car with all the features of a modern car. There's nothing that I wouldn't want. It's got a screen which can play Bluetooth and all that stuff, the heated seats, aircon, nice stuff that you want from a modern car. Yeah, it's still got a bit of rawness to it. Whereas that Beamer, only 2 years newer, but it feels so diluted. I know that's because that's not an M5. This is the Golf R. But these 3 cars, 1,500 quid to 20 grand, I know which one I'm going to choose. But the only way to actually set my decision in stone, decide which car I'm going to drive home today, is by finishing off this road trip to Cafe in a Machine, having a look round, having a sit down, and saying, this car's for me.
And after a good look around Cafe in a Machine, I really did have to decide, would I be taking the Audi back home, the BMW, or the Golf R? But it didn't take long to get an answer.
There was only one choice, wasn't there? I'm taking the TT back home. Oh, it's such a fun car, man. I mean, 225 horsepower, 4-wheel drive, little hot hatch coupe style thing. I mean, it's a lovely day. It's 10 degrees, which is summer for England. The sun's out, I'm on a B road, I'm in my TT. There was only ever going to be one choice for a car that I'm going to use. Yes, I could have just gone and said, oh, I'll take the Golf R. First of all, it's not my car, I can't just take the Golf R. And more importantly, I had more fun in this. The Golf R is a brilliant car, and as a daily driver, there's not much else you need. But, as something to put a smile on your face and still return 30 miles per gallon for £1,500, 1,650 if you want to get specific. But let's say 1,500 quid. £1,500, I mean, an awesome car. I know there's going to be so many people who think, oh, a TT is just a Golf in a frock. It's just a Volkswagen Golf with a big fancy body kit. My Mazda MX-5's way faster, and it's the best handling thing in the world. No, it's not. You know what is the best all-round car? A Mark 1 TT. I'm going to drive it carefully. I mean, here and there, I'm going to have to put my foot down. It's what it's made for. It's a 20-valve turbo. It needs to be racked the shit out of all the time. It deserves it. Just like a K20, it's a car which you can beat on all day long. This is 171,000 miles, and it feels brand new. Everything. The gearbox, lovely. Steering, lovely. Pedals, perfect. Especially now the pedal's been replaced. Look, like I said, this video wasn't about comparing three performance cars on the same level. They're different. They're each kind of similar with 4-cylinder turbo engines, but they're different cars completely. I know they are. They're made for different purposes and for different people to buy them. However, you take three cars with turbochargers, you can always have fun. I mean, I'm on a British back road with my dad in my Golf R and my mate in my BMW, and just because I prefer my car the most does not mean either of those cars are bad. But you're still going to have a smile on your face because you're driving with your mates through a British back road with lovely scenery and the sun out. Yes, you can always compare cars and say this one's better than this, but at the end of the day, it doesn't really matter what car you've got, you're always going to have a bit of fun. When you go on a little road trip, literally 50 miles each way of this gone, because we're all together in what we each think is quite interesting cars, and I'm sure both of them would both take their cars all day long. Even if they had more fun in this, or the Beamer, or the Golf, they'd take their own cars, because cars sort of attached to you, they've got so much personality. I mean, I love this thing already. That Polo I used to have, awesome car. To anyone else, it's a diesel Volkswagen Polo. To me, Polly the Polo was a brilliant little thing. I mean, I don't know. I may just sound like a lunatic, I'm sure loads of people won't understand, but cars have so much personality. It's 25 years old, it's lived a life, man. But yeah, out of the three, and to answer the sort of question of the video, do you need to spend more money to have fun? Yes and no. With these three cars, I'd say no, because out of the three, the cheapest is the most fun, because it's an older one with a 6-speed manual and makes turbo noises. However, if you take the same budget, 1,500 quid, 10 grand and 20 grand, and then put that into Japanese cars, let's say, some old 90s Jap, yes, you spend 1,500 quid, you're going to get a Micra. You spend 10 grand, you're going to get, I don't know, a Styler Glanzer V, one of the most awesome little things. You spend 20 grand, you're starting to get to Sylvia level, Skyline GTT, Evos, WRXs, so on. I hope you all enjoyed the video anyway, and I'll see you all in the next one.